statement by Uganda State Minister for Foreign Affairs, ORYEM, narrating and insinuating that Lumbuye and some others, Ugandans, will be deported today, Saturday. Of course, we kept a trace on the airport to see whether there is any Ugandan by names of Lumbuye who has landed. So far, save for finding that there were several bookings on some airlines, there is no Ugandan as I speak now. I don't know what will happen later in the day, but there is no Ugandan so far in the names of Lumbuye who arrived as booked on those airlines, which were scheduled to arrive from yesterday night. However, we didn't take the statements by the Foreign Affairs Minister of Uganda for granted, much as we haven't had any formal statement from the Turkish side. We took it serious and we now put it to government and the Foreign Affairs Ministry. Let the arrival and reception of these Ugandans, Lumbuye and others, be treated in accordance with the law. These are lawful Ugandans. Lumbuye is a Ugandan, and others who must be accorded legal representation, and we are offering legal representation, who must be accorded the right to access his family members and the right to medication, depending on which state he is. But as we speak, we haven't access to him, and we are certain, we are not even sure how safe he is, especially upon landing. But nevertheless, we are demanding that he must be accorded his full rights and freedoms as a Ugandan, and even if he is suspected of any offense, anything committed in Turkey or elsewhere does not constitute an offense here. If there is any suspected commission of an offense, let them be investigated here, but at a gazetted police station, not a military barracks, not in a safe house, but in a gazetted police station. And where possible, let them be allowed to fast return home. They relax a bit and they return when they are ready and settled to make any such statements. Otherwise, with all due regard to the law, there is no bilateral arrangement or bilateral relations or treaty that would warrant extradition or deportation of a Ugandan from Turkey or exchange of prisoners. We are still wondering. We shall investigate and we shall explore all administrative and diplomatic avenues to ascertain what happened and how was Lumbuye deported and others. Additionally, I want to echo our concern and correct the approach of the Minister of Foreign Affairs as a foreign state minister that Ugandans abroad are criminals, are unwanted, are bad just because they have a different political opinion, contrary to the ruling government in Uganda, belong to different political parties. They even have a right not to belong to any political party, as it is in our laws here. It doesn't constitute an offense, but it is wrong image setting. It imputes criminality on many Ugandans across the globe, and will put and compromise their status and potential and possibility of acquiring immigration and support from other countries, including but not limited to visas and work permits. It puts Uganda's face and Ugandans in the diaspora at crossroads. We detest and we reject it. Ugandans must be treated as law-abiding citizens. Minister of Foreign Affairs and embassies must respect and defend and support Ugandan nationals wherever they are. This approach of calling press conferences and you castigate Ugandan nationals abroad, moreover by Minister of Foreign Affairs and our embassies, is regrettable, rejected as untrue, and we want to advise the world that to the contrary, Ugandan nationals abroad are law-abiding citizens, they are friendly, they are cultured, and they are good citizens who must be accorded all immigration support wherever they seek. We want to start and fasten the process of issuing passports and renewal at our embassies. The last time I checked from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, these passports were being issued from America, Canada, and US Embassy, according to Minister of Foreign Affairs. But now they have also stopped. As we speak now, no embassy of Uganda issues passport or renews. So many of our nationals abroad are caught by immigration rules merely because their passports are never renewed, or when they apply it takes long. Even a day without a renewed passport is a dilemma for a national abroad. We want to call upon our foreign ministry to focus on these programs and consular services that puts and support the sustainability of life of Ugandans wherever they are, and especially those abroad. I also want to add my voice and to those nationals who are crying out. Many Ugandans were deported, for example, from the UAE, and many of those deported left their personal belongings and properties and money. We want the Minister of Foreign Affairs to come up and support these nationals to reclaim their property and money which was left abroad. And for those who are still abroad and those in detention, they must be accorded support and assistance. Let our embassies and our foreign ministries come up and defend these nationals. Other governments and other diplomats always defend their nationals whenever they are tried. What happens to our Uganda embassy? Where are they? What happened to our diplomats? Where are they? When we hear the words and rhetoric of our foreign minister, it is absurd, and I will keep it on check. As the Shadow Minister of Foreign Affairs, I have a duty and obligation to keep on check and offer alternative advice and policy to what is stated and what is moved or what is introduced by the line ministry. But as well, I want to remind the Minister ORYEM that as a Shadow Minister, I have a right to respond. Don't send me military men and army men, those threatening me. I've just called the Deputy Inspector General of Police and informed him that so many of these men and soldiers are calling me, threatening me, just because I'm responding to what ORYEM said. He made a statement, and I have a right to respond. I'm a member of Parliament and the Shadow Minister for Foreign Affairs. It is by law established, and I will stand and boldly continue. Please, ORYEM Minister, inform those soldiers that I'm a Shadow Minister who must respond to you, and these matters concern Ugandans and they concern foreign affairs, and I have a right to respond. These are fundamental issues we cannot leave for granted, and moreover, for you, your statements are not defending Ugandans. It must be me then to come up and defend Ugandans. We can't all leave Ugandans to the snakes. We must come up and defend the image and the status of our nationals, and we must remind you of your duty to stand for Ugandans and for Uganda, not standing for the regime and the leaders, but for Ugandans wherever they are. Let our foreign policy be improved. We hear a lot of wrangles and disputes, border disputes. Now we had deportations between Uganda and Kenya. We had deportations between Uganda and Rwanda. What is happening in the Congo? What is happening? Why are you not coming out to ensure that we mend our relations? Who is supplying what? Where is the wrong information coming? Where is the sabotage? Is it the ministry? And is it our diplomats? Let's come up and I will keep you on check. I can promise that as a member of Parliament and as a Shadow Minister, I have all the zeal and information, and I'm an advocate, of course, of judicature. I know my rights and roles, and I will keep you on check. Please inform your soldiers not to arrest me, not to intimidate me. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I will stand to defend the rights of Ugandans. I will stand to defend the legitimate and right foreign policy for our country. Otherwise, this approach of using intimidation, using soldiers, using military men, whether they are valid or whether they are legitimate or not, we are nationals of this country, and our political environment and political system creates a line ministry and a shadow ministry. I must have a right to respond, both in Parliament and even outside Parliament. You made a press statement. I had the right to respond to your press statement and all this content. And in your press conference, you stated and mentioned the status and deportation of Lumbuye and so many others. I have a right to respond and guide, because these are Ugandans. We have seen that political critique in this country, many of them have been taken to court with the torture signs. Some of them are even recent in courts of judicature. We have seen scenarios in Uganda of missing persons, including, and these have been tabled in Parliament. Some of these matters, as I am mentioning them, the same way. I also informed and wrote officially to the Speaker of Parliament. These are national and legitimate matters which I have a right to guide you, especially when I see that you are driving wrongly in the Foreign Affairs Ministry. Okay, ORYEM Minister, please, my response must be taken. Must be taken as good advice, and you improve, because you have a duty to work on the image of our country. When we see border wrangles, what is happening? It is Ugandans who are to suffer. When you see deportations, they are not deporting ministers, they are deporting Ugandans, and Ugandans have a right. That's why you issue them passport of Uganda. They have a right to move and traverse the whole world freely. But now, in these wrangles, they are the victims. When you mention that Ugandans abroad are regime critics and unwanted nationals, what are you creating? You are creating a bad image and a bad situation for our nationals abroad.